Hi everybody, welcome back. Last class we were discussing the equilibrium between two systems which are in thermal contact, two systems which can exchange energy between them, and we saw the condition for equilibrium is the state for which the number of microstate is maximum. The number of microstates for the combined system is maximum, which is called the most probable state. So what we did was we calculated, or we had an equation for the number of microstates of the combined system, which is represented as omega 0, which is the product of the number of microstates for the individual systems, omega 1 into omega 2. And then we maximized the omega 0 with respect to E1. E1 was taken as the energy of one system was taken as independent variable, and we know E1 plus E2, that is equal to E0, the total energy of the combined system, that is a constant. And we got an equation, the condition for the two systems to be in equilibrium, and there we defined beta, and we saw it is related to thermodynamics. In thermodynamics, when two systems are in thermal contact or free to exchange energy, the two systems will attain equilibrium when the temperatures are equal. Statistically, we see the two systems are in equilibrium when their beta values are equal. Okay. Beta we had defined it as dou log gamma dou E. Okay, dou log gamma dou E, the partial derivative of log gamma with respect to energy, and that was defined as beta. And when this beta is same for the two systems, they are in equilibrium. And we had obtained the Boltzmann equation, entropy equal to K log gamma. And we know 1 by beta T, that is a constant, that is the Boltzmann constant that we have seen. So beta is 1 by kT. Okay, so beta is 1 by kT. So we need this expression for beta. Beta is actually 1 by kT. So we are continuing this discussion. We consider further contact between statistics and thermodynamics. Further contact. What that means is we now consider the wall separating the two systems, A1 and A2, are conducting. They are conducting as well as movable. So this partition or the wall separating the two systems can move. Okay, either way it can move. So as it moves, the volume V1 and V2 changes. Okay, volume V1 and V2 changes. But we have the condition V1 and V2, even though it's variable, the total volume of the combined system V0, that is V1 plus V2, that is a constant. The total energy is E1 plus E2 equal to E0, that is a constant. So both volume, the total volume and total energy are constants. But V1 and V2 can vary, E1 and E2 can vary. N1 and N2 remain fixed. So N1 and N2 are not changing. So what is the condition for the state of equilibrium? As we saw in the last class, the condition for equilibrium is the state when the number of microstates of the combined system, number of microstates of the combined system is omega 0, which is a function of V0, E0, V1 and E1. Here we are taking V1 and E1 as independent variable. Okay, once V1 and E1 are taken as independent variables, we know the V2 and E2 actually are dependent variables. So we are writing only this omega 0 function of V0, U0, V1, E1. And this condition for the equilibrium is the situation when omega 0 attains its maximum value or the largest value, which is the most probable state. Okay, so we have to maximize this omega 0 with respect to volume and then with respect to energy. Okay, so omega 0 we know that is again product of omega 1 and omega 2. So we have to maximize it as we did in the last class. So as we maximize the omega 0 with respect to energy and put that equal to 0 for maximization, as in the previous case, we will get dou by dou E1 of log gamma 1, N1 V1 fixed, E1 equal to E1 bar, the equilibrium value, is equal to dou by dou E2 of log gamma 2, and 2V2 fixed and E2, the equilibrium value, E2 bar. So this is when we maximize with respect to energy. And then we have to maximize with respect to volume. Volume is also a variable in this case. So as we maximize with respect to volume, we will get similar equation here. Dou by dou V1 of log gamma 1, N1 E1, N1 and E1 fixed, V1 equal to V1 bar, the equilibrium value, that is equal to dou by dou V2 of log gamma 2, N2 E2 and the volume N2 E2 fixed, V2 equal to V2 bar, the equilibrium value. So we get these two equations here. Now we know this equation, this is beta, we know this is beta, we have defined this as beta, so beta 1 is equal to beta 2. Now what is this? Dou by dou V1 of log gamma 1 or dou by dou V2 of log gamma 2. We are defining this as eta. Okay, we are defining a new quantity eta, that is partial derivative of log gamma with respect to volume, where number of particles, energy are fixed and volume is equal to the equilibrium value V bar. So this is eta. So the condition for equilibrium now becomes what? This is actually eta 1, this is eta 1 and this is eta 2. And the previous equation is this is beta 1 and this is beta 2. So what happens? The condition for equilibrium now becomes beta 1 equal to beta 2 and eta 1 equal to eta 2. Okay. Now we consider the third case, which is the wall is movable one, conducting and allows exchange of particles. So the wall can exchange, so this wall can exchange energy. It can exchange energy. It can exchange particles as well. Particles from one system can move to the other system. So there can be exchange of particles. And this partition is movable. Okay, this is movable. So in this case, number of particles can change, volume can change, energy can change. So again, we pass through the same procedure. We take omega 0, which is product of omega 1 and omega 2, and then what we do? Condition for equilibrium, omega 0 maximum. So omega 0 is maximized with respect to energy first. Okay, so we get this relation, the first relation, dou by dou E1 of log gamma 1, that is equal to dou by dou E2 of log gamma 2, where E1 bar is equal to E2 bar when the other parameters are fixed. Second one, dou by dou V1 of log gamma 1 equal to dou by dou V2 of log gamma 2, when V1 equal to V1 bar and V2 equal to V2 bar, equilibrium values when the other parameters are fixed. Then the third one, dou by dou N1 of log gamma 1 equal to dou by dou N2 of log gamma 2 when N1 equal to the equilibrium value N1 bar, then 2 equal to equilibrium value N2 bar, when the other parameters are fixed. So here we are defining a new quantity as we define eta. Here we are defining zeta. Okay, this is zeta, dou by dou n of log gamma when volume and energy are fixed, and n, the number of particles, is equilibrium value. We have the zeta. So this is zeta. So the condition for equilibrium now becomes zeta 1 equal to zeta 2. From this and from this, the eta 1 equal to eta 2, and here we have the beta 1 equal to beta 2. So these are the conditions for equilibrium: beta 1 equal to beta 2, eta 1 equal to eta 2, zeta 1 equal to zeta 2. Okay, now what is the physical meaning of eta and zeta? We know beta is 1 by kT, that we know. Beta is related with the temperature. Similarly, what is the physically, what is eta and zeta? So for that we are employing, using the formula of the thermodynamics, basic formula of thermodynamics. We know dq is dE plus. So the basic formula of thermodynamics is dq equal to dE plus P dV minus mu dN, where we know P is the pressure, mu is the chemical potential, and dq can be written as TdS. We know ds, the change in entropy, is equal to dq over T. So dq is equal to TdS. So from this I can write, we know S is equal to K log gamma, that we had, this is the Boltzmann equation. So as I take the partial derivative with respect to volume, I will get K log gamma dou V, where volume is the equilibrium value, other parameters are fixed. Okay, so log gamma, partial derivative of log gamma, this is partial derivative of log gamma with respect to volume, that is equal to 1 by K dou S by dou V. Okay, and we know eta is partial derivative of log gamma with respect to volume. So this thing is 1 by K dou S by dou V, so that is written here. And dou S by dou V here, okay, dou S by dou V when E and N are fixed. When E and N are fixed, this will be 0. So dou S by dou V will be equal to P by T when energy and number of particles are fixed. So dou S by dou V is P by T if energy and number of particles are fixed. So I can write eta as equal to P by KT. So this is the physical meaning of eta. It is related to pressure and the temperature. Similarly, we can find S equal to K log gamma. I take partial derivative S with respect to number of particles. For the equilibrium value, that will be equal to K log gamma dou N. And log gamma dou N, okay, log gamma dou N, that will be equal to 1 by K you know, dou S by dou N. If I take dou S by dou N here if I take dou S by dou N, energy and volume fixed, that will be equal to minus mu by T. Okay, energy, volume fixed, so dou S by dou N will be minus mu by T. So I can write this as equal to minus mu by T, and zeta is equal to, and this thing dou log, here we have partial derivative, dou log gamma dou N, this as equal to zeta. So zeta will be equal to minus mu by KT. So this is the physical meaning of zeta. Okay, and the condition for equilibrium when all the three parameters can vary is beta 1 equal to beta 2. So beta 1 is equal to beta 2, temperature will be equal. And we know for the second case, the eta are equal. Eta is P by KT. As the temperatures are equal, we know the pressure will be equal when eta are equal. And in the third case, we have the minus mu by KT. And for equilibrium, when the wall can exchange particles, zeta are equal. So when theta 1 is equal to theta 2, we will get mu 1 as equal to mu 2. Okay. So these results that we are getting now for the equilibrium of two systems under different conditions, these results are perfectly satisfactory, because thermodynamically also we get the same results. Okay, the results that we so far got is statistically, by using statistical mechanics. Thermodynamically also we get the same results. If we have two systems which are in thermal equilibrium, or when the two systems can exchange energy, they will be in equilibrium, and the equilibrium condition is T1 equal to T2. And when the walls are conducting and movable so that the volume can change, we know thermodynamically we get the results T1 equal to T2, and pressures are equal, P1 equal to P2. And when the wall is conducting to energy and particles, okay, wall is conducting to energy and particles. For energy, we have the condition T1 equal to T2, and for particles, we have mu1 equal to mu2. The chemical potentials are equal. And if the wall is conducting to energy, particles, and if they are movable, you know T1 is equal to T2, and pressures are equal, P1 equal to P2, and mu1 is equal to mu2. So it agrees with the, perfectly agrees with the thermodynamic results.